badges in my rolly bezel. They be asking where I got it. You can't block the magic. You ain't.
Alright, what's up folks? Your boy MMG Smurf here. Sorry about that. If you were with us just a moment ago and you noticed the stream crash, yeah, I was gonna say, right when I was saying it, like, yeah, my computer's been having a tough time today. It's been having a tough time. Probably because I'm asking it to do so dang much and it's so old. My computer is older than our dogs. We have 2 dogs and the computer is older than both of them. If we do happen to crash during today's stream, I'll probably start it back up one more time, but if it keeps crashing, then I'm just gonna let it be what it is. So I probably won't be able to render out the things today on stream, but once we get to the rendering process, we'll see where that goes. But once we get to the rendering process, we'll be ready to start some actual gaming and stuff like that. What are my goals for today's stream? Again, DLive has been doing a content creator push where they want to reward people who are creating content live on stream. We used to do this all the time at Money Match Gaming. Part of our 2019 goal was to be as transparent as possible with our community. During that time, I started showing people, that's like when we first started doing a daily update on how it is the Money Match Gaming is providing for our community. We use cryptocurrencies and cryptocurrency projects, so NFT projects, blogging, streaming, but all these things we like to do on the blockchain, and we find the best, most compatible blockchains for what we like. But yeah, that's how we do it, and we've been sharing that process so that any other small orgs or large orgs that wanted to increase the prize pool for their communities could do so. I'd like to take this time to also say shout out to Hungrybox, who's recently been gifted $2,000 a week to host Smash Bros online tournaments. Which is kind of funny because for the longest, Money Match Gaming has been saying, we've been saying this for years now, that the answer to us getting larger prize pools for the Smash Bros community is not begging Nintendo or any other corporation, but it's blockchain technology, cryptocurrency. Blockchains have the money and the ability to increase our prize pools, and we could do it with, like, if Hungrybox was adamant about blockchain stuff like themselves, I can't really say whether he is or isn't, but if they were to invest in stuff like that, especially with the amount of subs they get, look at their like clips and stuff like that, I'll say 76 subs. If you were investing that in the cryptocurrency, you'd be able to provide that $2,000 prize pool yourself, and you'd still be well taken care of, because that level of streamer, and it's not just him, but that level of streamer makes so much that if you invest it correctly, you could be making that much. Money Match Gaming, what I'm about to go into right now is how Money Match Gaming has been able to utilize a donation of our own. So how do we utilize donations at Money Match Gaming? About, how long is it now? Let me get rid of this little thing here. About 3 months ago, Money Match Gaming received a $500 donation from a friend of mine who said, "Yo, Smurf, I believe in what you're doing at Money Match Gaming. I like the way that I see you investing and trying to educate people on stream, whether or not they're receptive. It just seems like you guys are putting the right moves in place." And so we took a $500 donation, which later became, like a month later, then somebody else gave us a $100 donation, but we took those. So imagine if you were a Hungrybox or another streamer, when you're getting 75, subs and stuff like that, you're able to cash out, almost every month or whatever from Twitch or something, and probably for more than a few $100s. So you could do that consistently. And you could have been doing it consistently for the last few years. But we took that most recently over the course of 3 months. So it's almost 3 months. It'll be 3 months on February 2nd. And we turned that into what was, again, a $500, and then, like, we could say $600 total worth of donations. It is currently sitting at, I have it up on screen here. Hopefully you guys can see that all right. Actually, we're just going to go into full screen mode so that you guys can see it as big as possible. And no, there's no shots. I'm just saying this is what people can do. And, because if you don't show them, then, like, how are they ever going to do it? I feel like it's, you got to do research on this type of stuff and actually believe that it's possible to do it. I'm going to refresh the page just because I don't like the look that they're giving me right now. Cool. So again, this is from an initial deposit of $500, and then a month later we got another $100. It is currently sitting at, drum roll, $10,800. That's what it's currently worth, that donation. So that donation that we got is currently worth $10,800. We're earning 1% a day on that deposit. So earning 1% a day means we're claiming over $100 a day. Now, if we're a bigger streamer, the Narrows, the Hungryboxes, the whatever the hex, we'd be basically getting that level of donation every single time that we stream. That means by now, 3 months in, if we were getting that every day, this would be some 100,000, multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars is what this would be worth. That means that $2,000 will probably be like a $10,000, $20,000 prize pool that we could do daily if we got that level of donations. But that's the type of stuff that's possible with blockchain technology. And that's why we've been doing that, and that's why we harp on it so often. So it's not to say that everybody's going to get that lucky, or if you want to consider it luck, but I consider, it's research dominant. This is the platform that's propelling us the farthest right now. But we could do the same thing with platforms like Hive, where we do our blogging and video content for Money Match Gaming. This helped us get our initial start in cryptocurrency, where we were very skeptical at the beginning. But a friend of mine said, "Yo, Smurf, you're really into social media and you can write. So why don't you check out this blockchain here where you can write, they'll reward you in cryptocurrency for your writing." And so we went over there with $0 and we started writing blog posts and talking about esports and gaming and this and that. And we started earning money. We earned $20 from a blog post within our first few weeks on Hive. And then we sold that into some other cryptocurrency known as Cardano, which was 2 cents at the time that we bought it, and then it went up to over $1. We sold it around that mark, and we've been riding off of those gains and then reinvesting in smart things ever since. Another one that spawned off of the Hive blockchain is called DLive, the DLive protocol. This is a streaming platform with rewards on the blockchain, so it's a little bit more of a centralized project. They do have a decentralized component of it coming out, which I'm also, been, looking at and helping test out and stuff. And over here, you can stream and you can earn lemons, which are very similar to bits on Twitch. And you take those lemons and cash out. And your viewers just get to watch your stream or watch ads and earn lemons. And then they can just cash that out. You can cash that out, or your viewers can cash that out. Money Match Gaming has created a whole ecosystem around the lemons on this platform, so that it doesn't just benefit us as streamers, but it also benefits our viewers, where our viewers can earn, they donate to us, and then they can earn tickets in our Discord, and those tickets are utilized for claiming prizes for kind of like a money match type of situation in the Discord with points and other things such as NFTs and whatever. There's a bunch of stuff. We do a lot of stuff. I'm not going to get into it right now because most people aren't that involved in our community right now. But those that are, join our Discord, read about it when you enter, and there you go. But those are the three things that we're using right now. DLive pays us out daily. It's pretty passive. Since we also, other than the lemons, you can also stake BTT, BitTorrent token, which is the top cryptocurrency. It's probably top 50 or so any given day of the week. A lot of big corporations, in the world, actually use BitTorrent token in their ecosystem for what is it? What is that called? File storage and whatnot. But yeah, pretty big ecosystem and token there. Just from staking BitTorrent tokens on DLive, we earn about 20 to 30% APR on what we have staked, and that means that we get somewhere around 2 to 3 Twitch subs a day before we ever stream. And then we stream, and if people are actually popping in to stream that day, maybe we get a few lemon donations or a sub. But even if we don't, we're earning something, and that's pretty awesome. And that's why we use that. That's why we use Hive. That's why we use Binance Smart Chain, and that's why we're continuing to find more and more applications that do that for us, and why we also play games. We also play games on the blockchain. I was just playing Gods Unchained earlier today, and playing Gods Unchained also earns us money. We also earn money from that. Playing Axie Infinity also earns us money. So we do everything that we do pretty much. Anytime you see us streaming and stuff, we're earning something every moment of the day. In fact, every moment. You can look right now. You can wait a few seconds. This is going to go up in price a little bit. It's going to go up a little bit. We're always earning, and that's how we're able to provide for Money Match Gaming esports. So enough of that. I like to start off our streams by just explaining that portion. We already claimed over $111 today. Rotated that back into our deposits. We're trying to get this up to be at least 100 drip in here, because when it gets to 100 drip, that means, go to the swap thing right here. That means we'll be earning, if the price sustains, $171 a day, because we'll be earning 1%. So $171 a day times 7, within a week, that's quite a bit of money for somebody that started off in this whole cryptocurrency thing with $0. But we're very open-minded. We do our research when we do hear things, because we're also skeptical. We don't just jump into anything. That's how a lot of people get hurt in cryptocurrency and NFTs. They just put their money into anything, or somebody said something and they just go for it. No, there's a rule that's called DYOR. Do your own research. That's not to say that other people haven't done their research, but you always want to go back and do your own research and then suss out how you feel about things. But yeah, execution. So you can always do research and then never execute on something. But yeah. All right, that's enough of that. Let's get into actually creating some content today. Yeah. So today we're gonna be creating some content for Twitch, or not Twitch, TikTok and Instagram. The TikTok will be like more of a phone type of content, up and down, and then vertical, and then the Instagram content may already be kind of taken care of. I might make some adjustments to it, but that'll be more of a square shape for those. We'll have both for it, so we'll see how we do with that. Cool. So let me see how this looks when I pop it over here. And again, apologies if the screen crashes when I'm doing this stuff, because this is After Effects. It's not the heaviest program, but it's heavier, and my computer is pretty dang old. So let's go over here. Cool. All right, this is what I'm going to be using to create our content today. If you're new to After Effects, this area over here on the left side of the panel is where you would insert your content. And so I'm just going to double click on that. You can just double click in this pane, this window pane right here. And then I put a lot of our content in the downloads folder, as far as like content that I downloaded from the internet. Our goal with our social media platforms has always been to highlight the communities which we're in. So you'll see, like, I have like the juice boxes content right there, not because I'm going to use it, but because I like it as like a reference, stuff like that. But our goal is always to highlight the communities that we're in, highlight, gamers, competitors, help put their name out there. Oftentimes, the individual players don't have what it takes, or they do have what it takes, but they don't often post as consistently as you need to really start to build out those audiences, those views and stuff like that. But when we're rolling, we can really be pumping out content and getting lesser known people tons and tons of views. Like, I think we posted a good example is like on our TikTok. I know one day Blucas was like, "Whoa, I'm getting all these like messages and whatever the heck," and it was like we had posted some Blucas clips on our TikTok over like 2 years ago or something like that now, and those got like 250,000 views like within like a day or two. And the video that they initially posted maybe got like 1,000 or less views. And so like that's what we're trying to accomplish, where it's like it's helping people. And so like if people want us to take them down, we'll take them down, but we always credit people because our goal is to help the wider community. All right, so I got a few videos here. Let me go find them. Boom. I'm gonna leave that one for now. So we're gonna go with Halo videos today. Boom, we got some Halo Doctor stuff. Let me take that meme out of there. Oops. I accidentally, there you go, just copied that, and I don't want to be copying stuff. 2, 3, 4, 5. So we got 5 videos we can run. I'm going to make into this content today. So push the import button. You can also drag them into this window pane, but I like to click on them individually and do it that way. Let me make sure that I can see chat in case anybody has any questions for this. I know Smob Bros, a longtime follower of Money Match Gaming, has sometimes been like, "Oh, how do you do this?" or "How do you do that?" Well, this, I do it. I hadn't done it in a long time on stream, but this is how you do it. This is how you make this type of stuff. But there you go. There are all those individual videos, and if you were to click on them, like if I were to double click, it would pop it up in its like normal looking format like this, and this is just kind of for you to see it and scroll through it. It's going to take a second for it to load in, probably just because my computer is old again. I don't know how many times I'm going to say that during the stream, but it's old. It's old. Yeah, I should probably buy a new one. You know what I'm saying? But let's go through. What do we got here? These ones I got, and I have the people's names, and then TW means it came from Twitter. This one probably should say TW as well, because most of these ones came from Twitter. If I went longer down, I got some from like Reddit and stuff like that too, but these are Twitter ones. So how do we make this content? All right, first things first. We're gonna push this little create a new composition. You could also go to composition at the top and push create new composition, or Control N. I don't know. I just like this little thing right here. I like pushing that button. So I'm gonna do that, and then we gotta choose the width of it and the height of it. So we're gonna go with 1080 by 1920. If you turn that the other way around, 1920 by 1080, people are probably more familiar with that because that's usually the size of an HD video that you're watching on YouTube or something like that. But for your phone uses the exact same format. It's just flip sideways. Go figure, right? When you flip your phone, stuff like that. Okay, you get it. And the stuff down here, I'm not even gonna pay attention to, but this is the duration of the content. We can always change that later. So all of this can be changed after the fact, but you usually want to have your width and height done correctly beforehand. And then it'll show the aspect ratio over here. We can lock the aspect ratio. We're not going to worry about any of this stuff. And then you could change the composition title if you want to do that. You could change the background color if you don't want to look at a black background, if you wanted it to be a red background or whatever the heck. That doesn't matter too much to us. Also, black usually fits with our color scheme, and slash if we had any spaces that we didn't want showing, black is pretty decent. So I'm gonna push OK on that. It'll pop open the format of this in black. You'll see in a second if it ever goes to it. Actually, we should get that view. We should get like a little. Come on, computer. Don't be this bad today. Don't be this bad. We should be getting like a little view here that kind of shows us the black background. Let me see what happens when I drop in this video into this new composition. And hopefully it starts to show the black background. Nope, still not giving it to me. Man, my computer is just being awful today. Maybe I won't be able to do the whole tutorials. I really wanted to. Alright, I'm gonna go right back to this. I'm not gonna save. What did I just... let me see if I can grab one of our previous files really quickly where I've already squared some things out. Like, it might just want me to like close more windows and stuff like that. And I could do that at this point in time here. I'm gonna do that. Cool little shortcut for people when you don't want to push Control Alt Shift or whatever the heck to close everything. You can push Control Shift exclamation mark. Yeah, my After Effects just like crashed on me. But you can do that, and what that'll do is just pull things up without you having to go to extra windows. So that's Control Shift exclamation or ESC, excuse me, and that'll pull up this stuff. So I'm actually gonna get rid of all these Google windows, which I think is probably slowing down my computer right now. And then that was the last meme I made. I made a meme for Behemoth, which is on our TikTok. Just pull this back up. Make sure this is actually giving us a view. I'm gonna hang out right here for a second while we let it load in. Yeah. Sip some coffee. Shit. Yeah, hopefully it does a little bit better this time around, because yeah, when my computer is not going slow, that's always my issue with like creating stuff. It's like usually I just don't have fast enough computer to like actually keep up with how quickly I think of things or how quickly I want to make stuff, which is sad. It's a sad thing when you're being slowed down by the technology all the time. All right, so this is the view that we were supposed to get initially. We got it. It was supposed to look like this, right? And you might be like, oh, that's not black. It has like those little squares that I see sometimes on PNG images or whatever. And that's just because toggle transparency grid is on. So it's like the second in over here on the left side, and it's toggle transparency grid. But yeah, I like to have that set that way at first, just so that I can see when there are spaces. So cool. We got the size and everything formatted so far. Now let's bring in those videos again. 1, 2, 3, 4, and I believe we had 5. Cool. I might drag that one in there because I like that one as a what do you call that? As a smash video. You know what I'm saying? Cool. All right, and so first one is this Eli guy. I'm just gonna drag that in there. We're probably gonna keep the video somewhat in the middle like this. But then we need to, design this a little bit better, like have some room up top, some stuff at the bottom or whatever. So let's do that. To do that, I'm going to scroll down here. You can see some other stuff. I had a whole bunch of UFC fighters that I did for this fight night thing that I put together. Stream. Just having some fun. I don't know. Maybe we do want these. I don't know. Oh, my Tom Nady meme. I made Tom Navy. I want some Money Match Gaming graphics here, and they're probably a little farther down by now. I should section them off into another folder and delete a lot of this stuff, honestly. And get some of these memes out and then delete it. Okay, so I'm gonna want this. I might want this. What else might I want? It's my boy's music file. I'm looking for our game box. We have the game box in a way that, oh, are these some other ones? A filthy G. I can put all those in there too in a second. I have a image of our game box that's cut up already. There's my babe. I'm getting pretty far back in our graphics though. Oops. Some stuff. Let me find this and find it at an angle that doesn't jeopardize any weird stuff. People are like, is that your ID? That's my photo ID. Would it be in... Oh, the arcade box. I'm going to take these arcade boxes. I want the buttons. That's what I'm looking for right now. We have the buttons for Money Match Gaming's arcade somewhere. Let me import these things first. So I'm going to import those images. I could be separating these all to make it look that much prettier. I'm not right now. No, just being lazy about it. Is it in stream content? Do I have it in our stream stuff? Where did I put those? Stream 19. Let's look in here. It's a folder that I like to put our streaming content in. Specifically. It might have just wound up in here. Oh, there's the flag. There's that. Where the hell are these damn buttons? Loosen up my buttons, babe. I might have to plug this one thing back in to get the buttons. Let's see. That was a... What's their name? Pussycat Dolls reference. Bammo. Man, it's just taking me so long to get these dang buttons. This was a really dope sword and shield overlay that I made that I like never used. I should just release this to people. Like, I mean, but I put sword and shield on it, but it's still pretty dope. I like never use it really. But you know, learning stuff as design. It's pretty, it looks pretty cool. I think I made the map from 2D into 3D and it's pixelated 3D. So it's like all like, I don't know, it looks like some futuristic type of grid layout. Oh, and then let me take, nah, do I want, nah, I don't want to take that one. Dude. Yeah, I really wanted these buttons. I'm pretty sure they also exist in one of these other files that I have too. So here, let me do this real quick. I'll save this. I'm gonna call it TikTok. And then I'm gonna try to open up Halo Edit, which should have the gaming box. I'll see maybe those files are missing and I need to like import them again. Yeah, no, there it is. This is what I wanted. That file right there. That's what I want. Just like, where the hell, what is that file called? And why can't I find it? Box buttons PNG. Like, yeah, where are you at then? Where are you? Can I like see that in folder or something? This is what I wanted. This simple thing here. I'm gonna save it so that I can put it somewhere else. I guess so, because it's like not showing up easily. So yes, save it as something else. That's what I wanted though. And then do I have any other dope images in here for the gaming machine? Like maybe turn forward. Nope. But yeah, this is what I made last time. So, you know, have the machine there. It says squad wipe. It rolls through, things move. And it just looks like maybe it's coming from an arcade machine. So I'm going to do that exact same type of look here. I think that's like the new look that I want to go with for this other more vertical look. So we're back over here. And grab these dang buttons. Hopefully it doesn't look horrible. Yeah, a decent computer would have opened it by now. You should be able to open by now. All right, cool. I'm just going to drag this down here into the timeline. So this is the timeline in After Effects, how you do the editing and stuff like that. And when you lay things on top, I'm going to put it underneath first. So I'll put it underneath this other one, this video. And so you can see that it's not really showing me the buttons and stuff like that. But if I dragged it on top, there it is. And there's also shortcut keys that you can do for that, which is Control and then like the brackets. So like a bracket, like a, not the little squiggly brackets, I forget what they're called, but like, you know, hard brackets. I usually wrap MMG at the end of our stream titles in those type of brackets. That's what I'm talking about, if anybody knows what I'm talking about. All right, so scale this down a little bit more maybe. All right, and then I'm gonna pull it down here. Now, this is a little bit smaller than I want it to be. I might increase that size. Something like this. Drag that up a little bit. And we can have a little bit more info be at the very bottom of the screen there. You see the video still fitting in the middle of the screen pretty well. And I'm going to shrink it down a little. Well, not that much. Usually it's like 70 or so. I guess it's like 85 today. See, and I'm like, I might want that to be a little bit bigger than just because of what I'm seeing there. Cool. All right, so for me, I think that looks decent. What else could I do? I could grab one of our arcade cabs. I don't think I have any of the images where it's more forward facing right now. And so I'm not gonna get the arcade cab and put it up top. I could though. We had one more image of it that just said like MMG's arcade or whatever, right? And that was a pretty easy one to see. Where the heck is it? Just for quick and gigs. This one is facing forward, just for quick and gigs. Just want to see what that look like. It's too small. I could make a bigger version of it, but I'm like, you know, I would want it to be taken up the top portion of here and like fill in that. So I can push this little eyeball thing on the left side to get rid of it, but I'm not gonna do that so much. I'm just gonna actually get rid of it. So I just Control X on top of it and I got rid of it. So I could leave it as is and let the black space do its job, but I'm not going to. I'm going to put something up there. How am I going to do that? I'm going to grab this little square looking thing, the rectangle tool, and click on that. And I'm just going to drag out. And oh, here, let me push Control Z too. Instead of dragging out, one of the options that you can use, which a lot of people probably start with, is just clicking on it twice. If you click on it twice, it'll just fill up the entire area, and then you can like drag it into the size that you want, like move it up. And that way, like, why would you do that? You would do that just because it makes sure that it's actually going from edge to edge. So we can go like that. Now I'm gonna use my arrow keys to pull it up and pull it up to the top and pull down, pull down, you know, pull down. And it's okay to have things over, you know, a little overlapped. Sometimes I like it overlapped a little bit. It just, I don't know, works out well. So that's what I'm going to do with that. Now I need to change this color though, right? Because the fill color is not right. So you just click on the color icon right there. Not sure how well you can see this, but the little eyedropper is right here. And then I'm going to choose one of these colors. So obviously this is not just like a straight up black. This is more of like with the reflection of the light on it. And depending on where I'm laying it, it's going to look a little different. But I'm going to use something like this level of black. So a little kind of like it's like almost like reflective-ish. And then I'm going to, so that's my shape 1. And I can click on this, oops, and push enter, and I can change that. Top BG, and just like name it. There you go. And then I could make that smaller. And then I could click on it and do the double click again. A whole new one, right? Go like this. Cool, now we got that. I'm gonna hold enter, or shift, excuse me, while I drag this so that it stays in position. It doesn't like, you know, it stays pretty much online. That's, you just hold shift to do that, and put it up like this or something, maybe like this. And that makes me go, maybe this should be a little wider. And I do want to have a little bit off the top. Boom. Cool. And then I'm gonna make this like a 4 right now until I decide that it's ugly. And it just gives me a little bit of stroke there, right? So maybe like an 8. I want it to be a little thicker. Okay, that's not bad. And I change the color. The same thing with the color. I'm just gonna choose like one of these actual colors that we're using. Boom. And there we go. It's pretty much what I wanted. I might go with 12. There we go. A little bit more stroking. And that's basically pretty much what I'm going to use for the this design, for this type of thing. That's a little area where I can write some stuff, where I can write some other stuff, where it looks like a game box. And I think this is a decent look for a TikTok layout. And it'll kind of make it look like I'm still using an arcade machine box or whatever. You know, it'll give that feel to it when people like look at it. Hold on, let me click this though and see how well it does it copying this golden color. It's not going to copy this gold correctly because it's more of a gradient, so it can't really get it correctly. I just wanted to see what it do. I would have to make my own gradient inside of After Effects right now for it to be similar to that, and that's like a really nice metallic type of color. But yeah, that's what I want to do for that. I think I'm probably going to put the person's name up top, but I don't need to know if I want to do it here. I'm probably just going to leave it like this, honestly, and do the rest of the writing on TikTok itself. So I could, like, normally if I was like going to keep going in here, I would like, you know, start to type and like this person's name is EELI_X, but I could like do something like that, right? And I would put it in between here, and probably wouldn't have it be these colors. I'd probably have some other colors or something like that. Again, like whatever. And we do something like that. And maybe say something about the person or say something about the clip or whatever the heck, whatever I want to do there. Leave some room for captions if there's people talking or something. But that's the idea. I'm not going to do it in here only because I want to leave that for TikTok and put the TikTok, use the TikTok text for those areas and give it some room to exist. But other than that, yeah, this is pretty much done. This is pretty much done. It's super simple, sweet, to the point, direct. And then, cool. Another simple trick that you can use. I forget when I learned this, but you can move this little pincer thing is how you scrub through the video. So you just scrub through. And whenever you find the end of the video or whatever you want the end of your clip to be, it could be like right here if I want it to be right here. But I'm gonna move to the very end of what they had, or right before the end of it. And then if you push the N button, like N, like A-N-D, N, the letter N, that'll move this timeline thing, this little scraper thing, right? Whatever this thing is called, I don't know what it's called. What's it called? Workspace area, work area end. It'll move the work area end to wherever you've moved this current time indicator. And so push N and then go back to it. And for the front part, it's B. So B, and then move that there. But that's how you can move that around and be very specific where you want that to be. So now, if I were to run this, I really don't want to play it because my computer has to edit.
Care, bro. Whoever won that game went to the
not edit it, but render it. You have to render video whenever you go through. And again, it's probably struggling its ass off right now. But I'm gonna save that. This guy is pretty much checked in there, and then I could put some like very specific stuff about Money Match Gaming at the bottom portion of this if I wanted to. Like I could go back to that stream folder that I had there, or like the Stallions. Did I put that in there? I'll get it in a second. But yeah, I could add some other like the Twitch logo, Theta.TV logo. I think the Stallions is already in there. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok. Guess I don't really need. I mean, I might need TikTok, DLive, stuff like that. So I'm gonna grab all these ones. Is there anything else I need? Insta. This is when I first found VV. VV is pretty cool. This video's so old now. I found that way back when, and yeah, people wish they would have paid attention because those NFTs that I bought on there for like $20-$30 are like $1,000 each now. Some rainbow graphics that I made back in the day. Alright, so there's all my new stuff. I'm gonna grab them, scrub down here, and then try to release it at the bottom. Man, maybe I should just make a new folder. Hold up. Oh, dang it. Oh, well, I messed that up. I could grab them, put them into a new folder right now, but well, whatever. Let me do this. New folder. I'm gonna call it icons. Can I drag icons underneath? Nope, it won't let me. That's okay. Open it up. Open it up. There you go. And then yeah. Well, this time when I grab all these, I'll be able to have them all in the same place. So they all loaded up in the folders thing. And if they didn't load up in there, you could always just drag them. Like, it'll have them all highlighted at first, and you can just hover over it and put them in there anyways. So now I'm going to actually bring them all into screen, push the S button without unselecting anything else, and just shrink it all down. Because I know they're going to be way too big initially. So just shrink them all down. I'll start at the top with this Instagram one. I'll move that. Boom. And then I gotta be more specific individually. And I'll put them like right here. This is the DLive community logo. So I'm gonna make this one a little bigger. And I only want the ninja guy. Show you how I'm gonna do that. I'll use my directional arrows. Directional, boom. And then this needs to be like maybe a 33. Lower. 30. How is Adobe After Effects? I like it. I like Adobe After Effects. I like it more than Premiere. I know a lot of like professional designers and stuff like that like using Premiere. Premiere is really nice to see like at the timeline, very clean. And to make, if you're doing simple cuts and stuff like that, but oftentimes I'm trying to do more than just simple cuts, honestly. Or at some point in the line, I might want to do more than simple cuts. Like yesterday I made a meme. And I had like the behemoth map on Halo tracking on top of those African dudes that are like dancing with the coffin, and so like I needed a little bit more. That's more than make sure I say it. That's more than Premiere is built to do, and so for those reasons I usually use this. Okay, so I have this right here. How is it that I could, here, let me highlight this individually. How do I get rid of the DLive stuff right there? So it says DLive and all this other stuff. To get rid of that, I can, and I just push this little, you push this little button, it singles everything out, whatever you have highlighted. But to get rid of that, I usually make a mask. I think there's other ways that you can do this. I know there's other ways you can do this. If I were to like go in here and like open up all the stuff and whatever the heck, you can go in and do more. But easy way for me is to usually just, you grab the shape tool again, and then I'll just draw a shape around the area that I like, that I want. So I have it highlighted, and then you just draw a shape, a square around it, and look at that. It's already creating a mask right there. So that's one way. Let me push that. If I didn't have that selected and I drew the square, it would put that over the top like this. But, and this is just to let people know like multiple ways of doing it. There it is. You could drag it right over the top of the design, so it needs to be right over the top of that layer. And then you click this one. So now I'm going to click the DLive community logo thing. Oops. And over here where it says none, at the top of this column says track mat. Wow, my computer is suffering. Let me save again, just to be safe. I'm pretty much done. I just want to show some extra stuff for the sake of whatever. But where it says track mat, if you go down that column, and it might be over a little bit, but it says none usually to start. You'll see all these ones say none, and then you want to click that little drop down arrow, and then it'll be alpha inverted. Oops, did I do the wrong one? I did the wrong one. Just alpha map. I do get them confused, but you do alpha map, and it does the exact same thing as if I had it highlighted. But that's one way that you can use any shape that you create, and you can use that shape to mat things out. You can do the same thing on OBS actually. So I do the exact same technique on OBS often, but since we don't actually need to make the shape right now, I'm gonna do it the simpler way, I think, which is just making sure I have that selected, draw on the shape over the top of this, and then doing it like that. But sometimes the other way is what you need. So there's 2 of those. Where are the other ones at? Data. Uh-oh. What did I just grab? Goodness. Come on, computer. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do this. You don't have to do... It's like, must I? TikTok. Huh. It's this... I don't know where it's at even. Push P. I can't see it. Yeah, I'm probably not going to use this one then because it's so shitty looking. So I'm going to get rid of that one. It was just not a good quality. Make sure I can see this one. Push P. Drag it down, drag it down, drag it down, drag it down. There's a Facebook one. Put it like right there. Push S. I like to use a lot of like the shortcuts that I do know. I like, you know, it makes things easy. S, and then I'm right there. Boom. I'll take the DLive logo, push it over a little bit, because I can make that a little bit better format right now. Cool. To be honest, yeah, it's nice to know stuff. It's just nice to know stuff. Like, you know, if you got it, you know what I'm saying, just crop it right there. I know I used to like crop things up in Photoshop all the time and then bring them over. And then I was like, oh, you can actually do a lot of basic, like, I was just showing, I'll show it again soon, but I was just showing this Master Chief that I made. Here, actually, I'll go to it right now because I've been saving this, so it's not going to go anywhere. This edit, I'm pretty sure this whole entire edit is done in After Effects. So, and I'll show you what I mean. So the beginning of this, where it says, where it's Master Chief right there, and he's like got his hands out. So let me go to this. This is all done in After Effects. So, because if I were to release it, the mask, or delete the mask, yeah. So I did all that editing in After Effects. Otherwise, it looks like this. This is the actual image. So, and then you know, it doesn't look as good with is it gonna keep it like that? It should, like, yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it doesn't look as good when you don't have the full thing. But so I just, and you use this tool right here to do that. You just drag and do it like that. But yeah, I don't know. I just like to design a lot of stuff in After Effects now. Oh, this is why I was saving so much. Like, if it crashes on me, I got everything saved. Cool. I just need to get a few more of these things cropped and moved down to the bottom, and I'm done. So hopefully it holds out. But yeah, I had always wanted to learn video editing software, and I got a job, and they were like, yeah, I guess we could use video editing. And I was like, you're going to need video editing. Everything's going to become videos. It's going to become more popular than just images and stuff like that. This was like when Instagram was first taken off. That's when I was getting the job. And they were like, I guess, you know, if you believe in it. And I was like, trust me. And yeah, we all know where we're at now. The video took off. Oh, that's the Twitch one. Icon Finder, Facebook, MD Live. I need the data. I need data and Twitter, wherever that is, and YouTube. Let me get this YouTube one down there. It's big and red and it's in our face. Push the P button. Just an easy way to drag stuff around very specifically. I can't believe how much data is generated and uploaded to the internet every day. Dude, so much. It's wild. To be honest. So much. I can't believe that of the data generated to the internet and stuff like that, whatchamacallit, I think this study was done like last year or something like that, but it says like YouTube is 2.5% of the entire world's energy consumption. YouTube alone. 2.5% of the entire world's energy consumption is done on YouTube. Bananas. On some Gwen Stefani, B-A-N-A-N-A-S. Here's the Control S is also a quick shortcut method, so you don't always have to go up to the top. Twitch icon. I think that data TV icon down here now. I think that was my last one. Oh, and the Twitter icon. People are like, what the? Get data.tv. And then I'm going to do the same thing with data that I did with DLive logo. So I have it selected, choose my points, use that little cursor there to help me. There it is, point. And just cut that top off. Oh, I didn't move it very well. So what I can do is I can just grab that, select the top, and I can even, you can just push down on the arrow key right now and that'll move it, but you can grab both of these two individually. Not doing it right. Hold up. I just want those two. There you go. And then you could actually move it down. Do the same thing over here. I could move that over. And there it goes. A little bit tighter. Let me make it 11. Boom. Cool. I think that looks good. And then what was the last one? Twitter is up there somewhere. Let me save again. Man. Okay, P. Drag that small little logo over here. Drag that small little logo down here. Little logo down here. Drag that small little logo down here. And I could get more specific with this too, and like add like actual grid lines and stuff like that. If you do view, and then you want to show grids or whatever the heck, and you get like, sometimes I get like really specific with like the spacing, but it's not necessary for this. What I'm doing like a very professional project, and I know they're gonna be like, oh, no, I can't, no. Then I'll use something like that, but it's not necessary right now. All right. I think that'll do it. I think that'll do. I'm looking at it. I think I like it. Instagram, DLive, Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, Theta, and Twitter. And then I might have like a little. I could type it. Now, of course, all these platforms are unfortunately not at Money Match Gaming. Unfortunately, it is not actually at Money Match Gaming across the board on all these platforms. But people will be able to find us by just typing in Money Match Gaming. So I'm just going to put it in there like so. And I think that works. Yeah. That's what I'm gonna do for it. If I don't like it in the future, I can just get rid of that. I'm like, should I just not include that now in case I don't like it? You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to make it a little more opaque. So I'm going to push the T button, and I'm just going to drag that down. 27%. That's better. So I just turned down the opacity on it. Okay, I made it more transparent. So a little bit more blackish shining through. And that's that. That's how I do all these videos. And so now the only thing that I need to do is go through each one of these things and add a new video underneath each one. So one way to make this that much easier for myself, especially if I'm going to be using this all the time, right, is to grab this video. I need to like make this a pre-compose. So you click on the video, whatever the video is, and then you push pre-compose. And I really forget if it's move all attributes to the new one or leave it. But I'm going to title this something different. Video comp. I don't know if they did it right. I don't think it did it right. But now when I go to the video comp, so now this is its own thing. And I could actually... Hey, thanks for that. What was that? Is that Cam? Yeah, Lemon. Yeah, thanks for that, Lemon. Now I should be able to add different videos in over the top of that previous one. Oops, that's not what I wanted. Another video. Oh, this video is way smaller than the other one, but I'll drag it up. A little blurry. But that should be able to. It'll just replace the video every time. So it makes it that much easier to load in new videos. So unfortunately, this video is a little not as nice looking as the other one. But just a really easy switch up. Why is it blue? Usually it's not blue. But yeah, that way, all I did there is I moved, instead of like having to bring in each individual video in here and then size them up and stuff like that. Now I can just put them all in the video comp itself and do the changes in there. I'm like, I feel like there's one more way, like a better way of doing it than what I just did too. Man, are all these gonna be smaller? Fuck, bruh. Fuck. I mean, I would have had to scroll them up because, like, this is the thing. If they're all gonna be that small, even if I put it over here, they're gonna show up small like that over here. You know what I'm saying? I still gotta scale them up. So yeah, it doesn't matter too much. Let me go back to the video comp after I get rid of all these little damn pop-ups. Which are just, these pop-ups are just my computer being like, yo, we slow, stop. You know, like, I got shit to make. I don't know. Can't really stop right now. Okay, so 203 worked for the other one. Ooh, way too big. That kid, there's the mascot, there's that Nest Boy video. If I want to put this in there, it's a Smash video. Probably want to be somewhere toward the beginning of the comp, just because all videos aren't the same length. Yeah, unfortunately, it is making some of these really blurry looking. I don't like the blur. Ugh. I gotta make sure I download them in a larger quality next time. I might go back to some of them and download them bigger. This thumb one. Hey, this one actually fit. Congratulations. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think this is all the videos then. And I can make a separate folder over here called videos. And this will just make it cleaner. So, videos, like, you know, just like less clutter when I'm finding shit. Left But yeah, we totally do hijack people's content, their videos and stuff like that, so that we can share them with a wider audience, share them in more places. I'd be happy if people are sharing our content. And again, like, we tag them, stuff like that, so if anybody that knows them wants to be like, yo, these people took your, go ahead and tell them. You know, hopefully we get like thousands of views on it, so they're like, hey, thank you for putting our name out there. But if they want it taken down, also for that reason, then we can be like, all right, we'll take it down. It's called being an aggregator, or a curator, both things. But yeah, give credit where credit is due, and people usually don't mind. All right, and then easy way to, like, you know, again, you can section out any one of these videos by just pushing that little button right there, and it would make it like as if the other ones don't exist. Otherwise, they're all gonna be playing on top of each other. It is done. We done. We done here. So only other thing to do then would be to render these out. You could render them out in the render queue. Usually you only use the render queue, to be honest, if you were going to make it in like a MOV type of video, which is good for things like putting it on in OBS. It also just makes smaller video files when you use MOV type of videos. So if you can use the MOV style, or if you wanted to use some other funky style of video or something like that, or if you wanted to use a transparent video, if there was parts of this that I wanted to be transparent, I would render them out in the render queue. I would add to render queue and not use the media encoder. Media encoder is like a separate software that comes with After Effects, and usually you could render MOVs over there too, but usually use that for rendering MP4 files. All right, so only other thing I need to check then is like, yeah, this, like, I'm like, that's exactly, I was like, this is gonna be too small. So when I look at this, the composition, oops, is actually not big enough for some of these. Why is it doing that? One sec, cancel that. The composition is not big enough for some of these video files that I wanted. Go in here. Why? What is it doing? Is it like on? What are you doing? What are you doing that for? What is it doing that for? I don't know why it's making these weird numbers come up. I've never seen that before. Maybe I'll just highlight one of these then and do it that way. Type in the number 1. No? No? You're not gonna let me type in the number 1, huh? You're not gonna let me type in any numbers, huh? Okay. Alright. 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 How the fuck am I supposed to increase the... Maybe that's because of the, whatever the heck it's been, like, warning me about and stuff like that. Ooh, VR. Create VR environment. Still, it's new stuff. Yeah, this is where you're supposed to go to change the length of your video. But, it's being a little... It's drinking out of cups right now. Okay, but I can type in letters. What is up with that? That is really weird. Let me see something. Okay, so I can type numbers in right there. Why can't I type numbers into the actual thing that I need to type numbers in though? Let me check this out. Maybe it's because I have that selected and then that was messing with it? Yep, that was it. Okay. It's because I had this individual file selected. So I just, like, all I did is go into composition settings right now and I changed the length, the duration of this composition. These are called composition. This composition that I'm working in, I changed the length of it to be almost 2 minutes long. And I usually, instead of 60 seconds, I usually do 59 seconds. And that works better with social media, actually, because sometimes they limit you to like 60 seconds or whatever the heck, and whenever you make a video, you might be slightly over, and it's annoying when you make a video and then they're like, it's slightly over. So I started to do a second less all the time. Or you can be like a frame less if you want to be a frame less, but it's still too close for my comfort. But yeah, now I can just highlight this one again. Go to the end of this video, push in, and that doesn't even matter so much because over here, is where we're really. See, I can't have this be over a minute, anyways. Is he really continuing on? Like I'm about to say, yeah. Stop it like right here. Yeah, there we go. And that's how it's done. That's how we like to make content. So I'm gonna try to render this one out. I'll only render this one out on stream. The rest of them I'll probably do later. Maybe I'll try to render 2 of them. It shouldn't take very long. It's like a minute. This was a minute, but you know, I think it's kind of pretty. I think it's a pretty way of making your videos a little bit different. So right now my computer is going to be doing the extra hum because it's opening up another program so that it can render this stuff out. As long as it actually paid attention to me. Oh no, I haven't been in fucking this mode the entire time. Lo siento, guys. Man, how much did I just do that way? But yeah, that's the final product here. Last portion that I was doing, I was just over here, and I wanted the composition settings, and I changed the time here. And I didn't know that was an issue, but I had to unselect this. I used this to solo different videos, and I had to unselect that so that I could actually change the time. I didn't know that was a thing. It's never been an issue before. So. Here, cool. Here's a Adobe Media Encoder. Let's open